Let me share something fascinating about human connection. Studies show that 67% of meaningful relationships start in completely mundane places, like grocery stores, coffee shops, or even waiting in line at the bank.
Well, that's quite surprising. What makes you bring that up?
You know, I was just reading this incredible story about Carol Vorderman that perfectly illustrates this phenomenon. Here's this brilliant mathematician known for her intellectual achievements who transforms an ordinary shopping trip into something extraordinary through one simple act of rebellion.
Hmm. Now you've got me intrigued. What kind of rebellion are we talking about?
Well, she decided to go commando, no underwear, while shopping at Sainsbury's. But here's what's fascinating. It wasn't about exhibitionism at all. It was this private act of defiance against the mundane, like a secret superpower giving her this incredible confidence.
That's actually quite profound when you think about it. How these small private decisions can completely shift our energy and how we interact with the world.
Exactly. And what makes this story even more compelling is how this one small act sets the stage for this amazing encounter. She's there in the store, feeling this delicious contrast between the chill of the refrigerated section and her own internal warmth when she spots this incredibly fit woman reaching for supplements.
So, this moment of personal rebellion actually opens the door to an unexpected connection? That's fascinating.
Oh my goodness, yes. And the way they connect is just beautiful. It starts with this completely innocent conversation about protein powder, but there's this underlying current of attraction that's absolutely electric. Carol uses her expertise with numbers to create these subtle double entendres, and the whole interaction is this perfect dance between intellectual and physical attraction.
Tell me more about how their dynamic develops. It sounds like there are multiple layers at play here.
Well, they start discussing protein ratios and post workout nutrition, but what's fascinating is how Carol weaves in these subtle flirtations. She's using her knowledge of numbers in this playful way, letting these double meanings hang in the air. And Sarah, that's the rock climber, she's matching Carol's energy perfectly.
The way you're describing it, it seems like there's this perfect balance between their intellectual connection and physical attraction.
Exactly. And what's particularly interesting is how the fluorescent lit, very public space of the supermarket becomes this intimate setting for their connection. You know, research shows that shared knowledge about a subject, even something as simple as protein powder, can increase attraction by up to 45%.
That's really interesting. How does that play into their interaction?
Well, think about it. You've got this very public, brightly lit supermarket setting, but within it, they're creating these little moments of privacy. Carol's initial secret gives her this confidence that carries through to their interaction. And then there's this wonderful moment where Sarah extends an invitation to continue their conversation somewhere more private.
So, what happens when that invitation comes? How does Carol respond to this potential shift?
There's this beautiful moment of hesitation where Carol has to decide whether to stick to her routine or embrace this unexpected adventure. And what's particularly powerful is that she chooses adventure. Studies show that people who regularly say yes to unexpected opportunities report 23% higher life satisfaction.
That decision really seems to encapsulate something important about staying open to new experiences, doesn't it?
Precisely, and what's really remarkable is how this story challenges our assumptions about age, sexuality, and where meaningful connections can happen. Here's Carol, this accomplished woman who's taken this small private risk, meeting Sarah, who's younger but equally confident in her own way.
The whole thing really seems to push back against societal expectations in multiple ways.
Oh my goodness, yes! It's challenging these preconceptions about appropriate behaviour at different ages, about where romance can bloom, about how we express our sexuality. And what's particularly interesting is how Carol's intellectual side, her facility with numbers and analysis, is completely integrated with her sensual side.
Well, that brings us back to where we started, about how extraordinary things can happen in ordinary places.
Indeed, and perhaps that's the most important takeaway from this story. that life's most interesting moments often happen when we least expect them, in the most ordinary places, when we're brave enough to step out of our routines and say yes to something new. It's a reminder that adventure doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as making an unexpected connection in the expensive pills aisle of your local supermarket.